Hi everyone. I thought this little motivational or demotivational poster was fitting for this week because I know a lot of people were trying really hard and feeling like they were not getting to the end or the goal that they wanted to meet. And we're going to talk about that. You guys did great last week for those of you who participated. For those of you who did not participate, it is not too late. Hopefully I can bring a little bit more clarity with this short video announcement and you will be back on the bandwagon this week participating. A couple of, no, cancel. A couple of the things that we're going to talk about today is participate. Students need to learn to work collaboratively in the online environment. I have a sister-in-law who works for Lucasfilms, and she talks to people on India on a daily basis. She works with people that she's never even met. In our working environment, there's going to be jobs that you guys are going to get that haven't even been invented yet. So I really need us to work together and to use those skills to talk politely with each other, to use academic language, to show more than just surface comments, to move into deep analysis so we have meaningful discussions that forward our understanding about history, but that allow us to participate and learn from each other. We have known for a long time that the traditional lecture doesn't work. You sit there passively and don't have to do anything with the information that I give you. So I have designed my class to not be passive, but to make you active learners. And you may hate me, curse my name at the moment, but at the end of the semester, I feel confident that you will have learned some good things and you'll retain some of those things because you've been an active participant. Let's go to the discussions. Participate early, participate often, and you must participate at least 3 times in every discussion, whether you are the leader or not. So this week, I've posted week 3 discussion, and I got smart. Sometimes it happens, and I've added the group, who's in the who's group. You can also figure out what group you're in any given week by clicking on your name. I'll use Katie as an example, and it'll say group A. So Katie can click on group A, and it'll bring her to the participant list, but she's in group A. And she'll be in group A with these other 4 people, and when she goes to respond, she's just going to simply click on add a new discussion topic. If you are in Katie's group, you are going to want to respond to what Katie says. Katie should label her post, or Ashley or Ethel or Ruth should label her post as discussion leader respond here. Last week, I allowed you to see everybody else's comments and discussions because I thought that would help us, but I think it just created more confusion. So this week, I have limited the discussions to the only ones you should be able to see and participate are the ones that are posted for your group and your group only. So you won't be able to see group D if you're in Katie's group. You won't be able to see group B if you're in Ruth's group. So make sure that you are participating. If your group leader does not post by Thursday night at 11:55 p.m., and please group leaders feel free to post earlier, I will post a discussion question on Friday. What we've learned now about the groups is that if I post, you can't directly respond to me. So what you'll need to do is just add a new discussion topic, and it'll be for your group and your group only, and you can respond there. But I think that these are all strong people this week, and that they are going to do great now that we've got the first discussion out of the way, participating on women in the industrial area, the industrial era, and the post-colonial society, the forming of the new nation and women's roles in that. So this is the discussion. You can see how many people are on it. When you add your new discussion topic, it is automatically, when you post, you're going to type here and then type here. When you post, it'll tell you what your group number is, so make sure that you are responding appropriately to your group. And once again, everybody has to respond in your group. If you are the discussion leader this week, it is your job to lead it. I've already sent you an email out with information about that. If you are not, it is your job to participate 3 times in the group. I would also like you to participate on 2 to 3 different days. I don't want all of your posts at Sunday at 11 o'clock because that stifles our discussion. So you, in order to get full credit for your participation, should participate maybe once on Friday and twice on Sunday, or once on Friday and twice on Saturday. It's up to you how you participate. You can participate at any time, but if you participate all on one day, then you'll lose points when I go to grade it. And make sure at the end of your posting, you complete the summary of responses, your self-reflection assessment. It'll be due every night, Sunday, before 11:55 p.m. when we have a group discussion. So make sure you are doing that, otherwise you won't get any credit for your discussion forum. This allows you to reflect, and you can hopefully see growth if you are struggling in the discussion forums by going through those self-assessment activities. This week, as I said, we're doing Women in the New Nation. This was a terrible political cartoon that I've posted showing how women who participate in the politics of the new nation were shown as manlike, shirking their responsibilities. Look at the features of these women. They're horrifying. So we're going to talk a little bit about women's role and the family's role in the new government, the new republic. Make sure you have 2 going to the sources this week and you have a taking sides outline. If you are having trouble with taking sides, I want you to go to the top of the class, which is up here, and taking sides, reading taking sides. Here I have a way to break down the reading, but what's most important is down here, this is things that I want you to do in the discussion. I want you to contest, expand, or support. Simply saying, I agree that the Constitution was made by rich men, and that's it, isn't going to get you a good discussion grade. But if you say, I completely agree with Wood because he made this point, and this point, or just one point, and expand upon that and explain why, you are going to do much better. So make sure that you've kind of reviewed this and you understand, 1, how to break down the reading, because that can be challenging in itself, and then 2, what you should do in the discussion forums. So that's taking sides. Going to the source. Some of you guys are doing very, very surface going to the source. So you open it up, you can click on the table, automatically it should open the table. It pops up here. I want to see analysis. I don't want you to just summarize. You need to summarize, but I want you to move on to more than summary for this activity. Give me specific examples. Tell me what those means. Tell me what they mean. Give me arguments and evidence. It needs to be more than just doing book work, because that's not the purpose of this activity. The purpose of this activity is to help you organize your thoughts and your ideas so you can provide analysis. Analysis is moving beyond the who, what, why, but telling me, the what was in the text, what was written, how it was written, but to why it was written, what it means for history, how this moves us forward, how this helps us understand the period, how grouping your evidence together makes for a better discussion. So I'm really looking for some analysis and summary in your going to the source tables. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, and I've already talked for way too long, is our primary source assignments. The primary source assignment this week, you are going to do a historical question. Now, I've taken this from this website from the University of Toronto, and it should say writing guides, not writing games, and you can click on it and you can see more of the writing process. But what I really liked from this website is how they break down the historical question. And you are going to have to create a historical question this week. So I strongly encourage you to read this. This is in my lecture, The New Nation and Women, and it talks in a specific process with examples about how to create a historical question, because this week, after you've picked your primary source, you now have to go and figure out what you're going to learn from your primary source. What is going to be your research question? And that's primary source paper assignment number 4. And then you have to tell me why that's a good question, because I get a lot of students who can ask questions. Everybody can ask a question, but we're moved beyond asking a question to asking a good historical research question that you can write a paper on that's 8 to 10 pages, 5 or whatever my requirement was, 7 to 10 pages. So you need to have a really meaty, open-ended question that your document answers, that you can research. So it's broad enough that you can research in the time limits that I've given you, and confined enough that it's not going to take 30 to 40 pages in order for you to research. So please review my lecture. Please spend some time on that, and have a great week, everyone.